Hey everyone, Cynics here, and just a quick warning at the start. I'm going to be talking about Avengers Endgame spoilers, so if you haven't seen that, don't watch this video. Click away right now. I'm just going to be spoiling everything for the most part. Well, not everything, but I'm going to be spoiling a major point for the most part. So that's your warning. Get out now. But if you have seen it, I'm curious because when I walked away from that movie, there was one thing that just kept nagging at me. In fact, even before the movie even ended, in case you don't know, they bring back everyone from the past back to life. Everyone that vanished in the movie 5 years earlier, they just magically bring them back. Now, if you're like me, originally when you saw the movie and it was building up, you saw Tony Stark had a new family and everything, and I was thinking, oh boy, this is going to be the dramatic kind of conflict of the movie because he's going to have to decide between getting rid of his new family, leaving them in some alternate timeline, and bringing back everyone else. Maybe he's going to strand himself in a different timeline. I don't know. But instead, they were just like, no, instead of any of that, we're just going to bring back everyone like 5 years later, like they never died or anything, just like poof them back into existence. And I was like, okay, isn't that going to like mess people up a lot? For instance, right at the end of the movie, you see Peter Parker. He's just back in high school, walking around, high-fiving his friends. And my initial first thought was, I'm pretty sure half his classmates are in college now, and he probably doesn't even have a... He's probably not enrolled at the school because he's been dead for 5 years, and he probably doesn't have a class schedule, so why is he just going back to school like everything's cool the next day? Yeah, I don't know. Am I the only one that was like just incredibly like bugged by all this and went like neurotic thinking of all these horrible situations that could have happened because of this whole scenario? For example, let's go over two potential, because I don't know how it worked exactly, two potential ways it could have worked. One, people instantly just poofed back into existence in the exact spot they were at whenever they poofed out. Because that's one option. And obviously this option gets pretty dark because let's say you were like flying on an airplane, taking a big dump in the airplane bathroom, and then, oh no, you got snapped out of existence. So what happens? You get snapped back in, and now you're just flying freely a mile above the earth and just crashing back down to earth. I guess half the plane. You get to see all of your other people, and they'd be looking at you with your pants around your ankle, and you know, halfway through taking a dump, and you're like, oh, hey, everyone else, and half the plane, and we're just, oh, and then we fall to our death and explode on the ground. And it's just like, oh, that would be super dark. There would just be people falling from the sky, all kinds of weird stuff. Maybe the house you were living in got demolished, and now you're like on the second floor and you just fall down. I don't know. I don't know what happens. By the way, another one. And I just think of these nonstop because it's all I can think about since I saw the movie. It's keeping me up at night. I can't sleep. What if there was some guy driving on the freeway? Now he disappeared. Obviously his car's not still going to be here. It like crashed into the center divider 5 years ago. But maybe the freeway is still up and running, so he just poofs. Suddenly he's sitting on the ground in the middle of the freeway. Oh no, it's a big semi-truck. Splat. So maybe you were in the middle of taking a shower, and I don't know, you disappeared, so your house was empty. It got sold to someone else. I guess the whole economy of housing market would crash, but that's fine. Let's pretend someone else bought your house. Oh, it just so happens that they're taking a shower at the same time. What do you like, telefrag inside them? Create some horrible Cronenberg monster? I don't know. But let's assume that every individual that vanished was just placed nice, safe, and sound in like some big, empty ranch or pen, not floating in the sky or some other horrible thing, not telefragged inside their best friend. That's fine. That, you know, it is a magic power. Let's assume everyone just got placed back safe. Okay, that's a lot better, but it's still like the most miserable, dark outcome of like any movie ever. I'm like, okay, so let's just go real dark, because that's all I think about. Let's just go to the darkest possible. What is the darkest outcome you can think of for like an individual? I'm not talking for like the whole human race, because they're already messed up. All the social, you're not gonna have a credit score. You can't get credit. You're marked as dead. You're never. You know how long it takes to build up your credit score after you've been marked as dead? Probably forever. You're never going to buy a house or lease a car. It's terrible. But ignoring all that, let's pretend all the government stuff works fine. Everything works great. Let's just go individual. I want you guys to play along with me because this is a great game. What is the single darkest outcome you can think of for one person who is just poofed out of existence for 5 years, then poofed back in? You might have some scenarios. I think a base level example might be the old Castaway scenario. You come back 5 years later. Oh gosh, my wife. Oh, they married my best friend. Now they have a kid together. They're happy, and now I'm back in existence, and my I don't have a place in the world anymore. To me, it's only been 1 second. To her, it's been 5 years. She's got a new family. She's happy now. I guess I'll just, be miserable, even though I'm still in love with my wife. Oh gosh, that's kind of dark, but it's not the darkest. We can definitely do better than that. I don't know. You want to get really dark? We can get really dark. What about this poor guy or this old lady? No, not an old lady. That's just cruel. 30-year-old woman. She's an art. She's a freelance artist, and she has a bunch of cats as pets. Oh, but she blinked out of existence, and maybe her cats didn't. So, oh no, she blinked back into existence, and all of her cats are just smelling corpses, I can't even say. Oh no, all of my cats are just rotting corpses in my apartment. What a horrible life. To me, it's only been 1 second, and somehow all of my beloved cats are just rotting up the place. What a horrible outcome. Or you want to get dark, we can get real dark. Think about the parents who just had a newborn baby. Oh gosh. Oh, that's too dark, is it? Oh no, and then Fluffy, their cat, was around too. Oh gosh, and it ate the corpse. Obviously, no one's feeding this baby. It just starved to death over like a week, and now the cat ate it. And obviously, the cat starved to death like a month later. Oh gosh, what a dark outcome. This is the darkest movie of all time. That's what I'm just saying. I can't stop thinking about how dark it is. But yeah, that's a horrible outcome. You just blink back into existence. To you, it's only been a minute. Suddenly you're back. Oh my gosh, where's my baby? I don't hear my baby anymore. Oh gosh, that's because it's a little skeleton that's somehow inside my cat's skeleton. How did this happen? What a horrible, horrible outcome. There's the classic Romeo and Juliet scenario. That's probably happened like, I don't know, if there were 3.5 billion people, it probably happened like a million times. My spouse disappeared, the love of my life. I'm just gonna end myself. I don't want to live without the love of my life. It's a very depressing time. They established that in the start of the movie. Everyone's just super depressed. They have to off themselves. And then, oh no, instantly that wife came back. And now they have to see their dead husband, wife, whatever. And that's mildly depressing. No, that's actually super depressing. What is the scenario? What is this world that they're living in now? Is it just a world of broken people? Like half the world is just completely broken and destroyed and emotionally just wrecked. They did a good job selling that at the start. All these people that just are just crying and miserable the whole time. But I guess everyone that vanished, they're probably okay until they realized that all their loved ones are like old and dying. And no, it's 5 years. They're not that old. I mean, I guess you can have some weird scenario where you were like had a high school sweetheart, and now suddenly you're an adult, and wee woo, here comes the FBI to collect you. No, okay, I don't know. I'm just rambling about this stuff because it's something I can't stop thinking about, as I mentioned. And maybe it's just me. Maybe there's a bunch of other people. I haven't like looked around on the internet. Maybe there's a bunch of people out there being like, wait a minute, isn't this kind of dark? What about this one guy who blah, 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 blah? I don't know. But it came to my mind and it hasn't been able to leave my mind. And I can't stop thinking about how dark it is. So that's just the thing. Either scenario. I'm going with the pleasant scenario that everyone was like put in a safe spot because the first scenario just has all the worst parts of the second one and a bunch of more just horrible things happening. I want you guys in the comments. I know not many people watch these videos, just like a few of my fans do. That's fine. I want you to think of the weirdest, most horrible scenario for someone that just has been pulled out of time for 5 years and then put back in time. They haven't changed at all. What's the worst thing that's happened to them aside from losing their credit score, which is it's so painful. Oh, you know how hard, like just trying to get your credit back. It's It's brutal. I want to hear the weirdest, darkest story in the comments below. Write the weirdest story about a single person. Give them a name. I guarantee you can probably fuel a bunch of Marvel movies with all the dark origin stories of these people who vanished from time and then came back to see their whole family was dead or something horrible. Yeah, okay, that's it. I'm gonna stop rambling about it. I'm done with it. We're done talking about it. It's fine. I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's been bugging me, and I haven't been able to talk about it with anyone because, I don't want to spoil the movie. But whatever. Okay, see you, everyone.